His opponent, standing to my right, wrestling out of Reno, Nevada, weighing 190 pounds, the Rebel of Babylon, Ryan McQueen!
This is the one that I saw on the card. I think it could steal the show. I'm Alan Sanchez here, being joined here by Junior Bruce. Junior, you've been scouting both these men. You are the brains of this team. I got to tell me about what you see from both of these men.
Well, you know, Alan, first of all, thank you for admitting my brains here. I do appreciate that. I'm also the looks. I'm also the size. I'm also the strength, the speed, the agility. But, you know, that's fine. You can be the voice. That's fine of the team. But listen, I had a chance to talk to Mike Matthews, the Angel of Flight, earlier tonight. And, you know, he wanted to make clear to me that he's bringing with him, you know, he's from Chicago, so he's bringing with him a strong Midwest style of professional wrestling. And it's different with respect to West Coast wrestling because they have a greater emphasis on the high-impact power maneuvers. They're more about striking as much damage in a singular move as they can. And, you know, whereas on the West Coast, you know, across the board, you know, West Coast wrestlers are you know, renowned for their, you know, technical ability, chain wrestling, that kind of thing. Right. So it's going to be really interesting to see the way these two guys kind of match up.
Yeah, and this is a thing. Both men, I mean, I'm not here to lie to the fans. Ryan McQueen is one of my favorite wrestlers. He's proven himself over
You know,
and
as
over.
a professional play-by-play guy, Alan, it's not really
no, it's not.
It's not really professional for you to be you know, siding with one person or the other.
You're 100%
You're supposed
correct.
to be objective.
You're
supposed to be the Dan Rather, the Walter Cronkite.
Well, we'll get there one day, but someone who's getting there is definitely someone like Ryan McQueen, off of working with Global Force Wrestling, making himself a name for himself, especially very young, early 20s, as he's taking on Mike Matthews. Now, I've seen this man wrestle.
Look at that.
Look at this.
That's something you don't see on the West Coast.
No.
That's a strictly Midwest thing. You know, playing the mind games from the back. You would think when a guy's on his back, you know, he's at the disadvantage. But Mike Matthews just proved he can get you from any direction, from any position. I'm sorry, Alan. I interrupted you. What were you saying?
No, that's a great idea. Well, I was going to ask you, too, you know, we're used to, I should say, the wrestlers are used to wrestling people from the California, Nevada, Oregon, Washington area. It's hard to scout someone from the Midwest. What should Ryan McQueen think about or do? Because Ryan McQueen is used to coming out on fire on his opponents, but I don't know if that's a great idea. I think you should kind of scout him a little bit during this matchup.
Well, you know, I would say Ryan McQueen, he's been making a name for himself all up and down the West Coast. The guy is an incredible talent. We've said it month after month, and every match he does, I mean, it's a damn near show stealer. Okay, Ryan McQueen has a lot to offer, not only the fans right here in SPW, but fans across the board. He has a lot to offer the business for years to come. That being said, I don't know how you scout a Mike Matthews from Chicago. I don't know if that's really something he worries about so much. You know, Ryan McQueen, believe it or not, you look at the guy, you think he's, you know, 10 years in, but he's a young guy. He's a young cat. You know, he's got some good experience, but he doesn't have a career's worth of experience yet. And I think a lot of what he does, why he's so great, is that he too is unpredictable. He's still learning as he goes. Every time he comes out, you don't know what kind of Ryan McQueen you're going to get. So in a lot of ways, these guys are an even match because you don't really know who's bringing what.
But one thing we do know is both men are very young and hungry to make a name here for us here at Supreme Pro Wrestling.
I know that Mike Matthews is really excited to be here in SPW, coming out from Chicago. He's been very impressed by everything he's seen by the locker room, by the guys in SPW on the roster, and I think he's a fantastic fit.
Look at that bridge into the submission. Someone like Ryan McQueen, who was on August 22nd taking on Sanjay Dutt. Sanjay, you know, traveled the entire world and put an impressive showing against that man. And that's only going to boost his stock in professional wrestling. But if Mike Matthews can pull off a win, as Ryan McQueen grabbed that bottom rope, now creates some separation. If Mike Matthews can beat someone like Ryan McQueen, his stock all the way to the top.
It's going to put him on the map here in the West Coast. There's some of that smash mouth style we're talking about from the Midwest. Not really worried about finesse, not really worried about technique, just worried about inflicting as much damage as you can on your opponent.
And right now, limping is Mike Matthews, but Mike Matthews likes to get a little head of steam, and he does it. Oh, did you hear that?
Mike Matthews just delivered an across the football field chop.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he hurt his hand on that one.
I hurt my hand on that. Mike Matthews, again, favoring that left thigh there. And, ooh, no one there. But, ooh, caught him. He caught him, and he was falling down.
You know what?
Right to the skull.
It's like I always say, Alan. It doesn't matter what the other guy does. If you can put a boot to the top of his head, you're winning.
And definitely.
I always say that, by the way.
You say that, and that's funny because you say that to your daughter, and I don't understand why, but that's
I have a
your
5-year-old daughter at home, and she could take out anybody here on the roster, but that's beside the point.
Ryan McQueen trying to bring the action maybe back to the ring.
You don't talk about my kids anymore, Alan.
Fair enough. 7 count broken up there by Ryan McQueen, putting Mike Matthews in.
Both these guys having issues, having to beat some feeling back into their legs.
Yeah, I mean, they've been taking damage of all parts, and a little slow to work is both men, I should say, but especially Ryan McQueen. Ryan McQueen being tossed into the ropes there. Ooh, held back by the ropes, and up and over goes Mike Matthews, able to hold on. Ooh, to the middle rope, and big right hand, and Ryan McQueen's picking up that head of steam and rolls in, and ooh!
Almost felt like a desperation maneuver there from Mike Matthews.
Exactly what it was. But Mike Matthews could have enough if he goes for the cover. One. Ooh, just one. And you see him favoring his right or left knee.
Seems to be some injury to the knee here.
Well, earlier in the match, you saw that Ryan McQueen caught him with a drop kick. Both men were in midair. Caught him in the midair with a drop kick right to the knee. But Mike Matthews looking to fight through it.
Mike Matthews is the angel of flight, as he likes to be referred to. You take out a man's knee, though, it's going to make it hard to fly.
Coming up, it pushes him out. Oh, caught him with a chop across the chest as he was coming down from the top rope. Ryan McQueen could be in control if you can, but that took a lot out of his own wrist, too.
These guys are going tit for tat right now. Really evenly matched right now.
I follow a lot of the sheets and to see who's taking on who at different companies up and down the West Coast. And to be honest, I'm not sure if these two men have met before. This could be one of the first times. If they have, it hasn't been as publicized. So you're taking on someone new or fairly new.
The only sheets I know about are the ones that are on my bed. But I can't tell you that, if this is the first time these guys have met, Alan, I guarantee you it won't be the last, and I guarantee you this crowd's going to be into it next time, too.
Both men in the dangerous territory, pushes off Ryan McQueen, and what does he have in store here?
Angel of flight, taken to the sky.
Going for that big double stop, looking to finish him off, does it? Caught him with a super kick, but caught the kick, and big right hand. Going off the ropes, and oh, man!
Wow.
Are you kidding me? And I wonder if that's got to be enough. Cover, 2.
Alan, you talked about scouting earlier in this match. And with the way these guys are going at one another, I can't help but feel like if they have not actively scouted each other, they're at least on the same page with regard to what they would do. But then look at that.
He's showing that I'm not afraid of you.
Ryan McQueen delivering a middle finger at doom.
Man.
Now these guys are just trading blows. All respect out the window.
Yeah, and they're just, I'm talking about aggressive, I don't like you blows. And duck under there by McQueen. McQueen. Oh, brain buster. Oh, right in the top of his head. Cover, 2. Oh, how did he kick out of that?
You don't kick out of that,
How do you kick
Alan.
out and be dropped on your skull?
It's like I always say, Alan. If you get dropped on your skull, you're winning.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you drop the other guy in the skull, I always say that.
Either
too.
way.
I don't always say it the right way. Sometimes I say it the
You said it
other
to the
way.
hot dog later today too. She's like, "What do I have? I just make hot dogs."
Yeah, best hot dogs in the business.
That's
by the
right.
way.
And Ryan McQueen knows how to take flight himself, and I think that's what he's trying to do. Maybe going in deep into the bag of tricks because it might take that much to get a win over Mike Matthews. Mike Matthews was desperate. He knew if he was going to be the wrong end of that, it would have been over.
I think he probably had that move scouted. He knew better than to let that happen.
And look at still favoring the left leg.
Gotta love the heart coming from Mike Matthews,
really,
though, just fighting
honestly.
through that pain.
If he can land this, it'll be over. Trying to go for some kind of maybe suplex off the top ropes. Ooh,
ear ringer.
Look at that slick slide. Oh, man. Oh, man. Cover 2, 3.
You know, it's like I always say, Alan. If you kick the other guy in the face, you're probably going to win.
And, well,
I always say that.
You always say that, and that's at least working in this situation for Ryan McQueen as he comes up again victorious. Ryan McQueen right now is on a winning streak. Right now, Ryan McQueen is going to start his campaign. Let's not put anything behind it. He's on his way for that SPW heavyweight title. That's what he wants.
He's making his bid. I think he's making a strong case for himself. As far as Mike Matthews goes, I think the Midwest wrestling style needs more super kicks.
More super kicks. He's slow to get up. And, turn up. Crowd asking for more. They're showing respect for each other right now. Wow. Well, we got the matchup that we thought would steal the show, and so far it's stolen the show. We got so much more coming up